What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Hanrey and we're going to look at boom and crash today. Again, going through everything that you know, but we're going to go through it in more detail and we're also going to do some predictions. So a lot of you guys ask, can we do it on a live chart and see where it's going to go on something that hasn't happened yet? So we're going to go through the rules again so that you guys can understand, and then we're going to look at some previous examples, and then we're going to look at predicting two examples as well. So you guys can see how my thought process works and everything. So as you guys know, I don't really trade on the 1 minute and I don't trade a bunch of indicators. I feel like indicators are a lagging indication. So it's lagging. It's always going to react too late. So it's always nice to say, look at this indicator. It did show a buy or sell. But during that movement, did it really show it? Not always. So I'm not against indicators. You can definitely use it with your trading if you want to. But I'm not ever going to use an indicator alone. Just normal technical analysis like this, ICT methods and things like this. This is still the best way to trade. It does take patience. It really does take patience, a lot of patience. So if you're a very patient trader, it's going to be handsomely rewarding you in the future. So let's quickly look at it. We're currently on crash 1000. I'm just going to put my fib on here so that you guys can take the settings down, because a lot of you have been asking again, and here's the settings. Okay, so just pause the video to have the settings correctly. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to look at crash. I'm just going to look at example. So we're going to have this break of this low over here. So you can see this major low over here being broken. So always identify the trend. Okay, so when it starts moving down and breaking a low, we are in our sell area. And with crash, it's important that selling is probably better than buying on a crash pair. Because with a boom pair, a stop loss can be actually jumped over if you sell a boom and vice versa. Okay, so we have this movement down. We're going to take our, we're waiting for a break of structure, just like I said. We have identified our trend. So step 1 and 2 is completed. We're fibbing it from the high to the low. So now we're looking for a order block in the 50 to 78 area. Okay, now an order block is the most recent opposite candle before a trend. The most recent opposite candle before a trend will be that little green candle over there. That's the most recent opposite candle before the trend change. So we moved a little bit up and then boom downwards. That's the most recent opposite candle before the trend changed downwards. Okay, there's a lot of videos on my YouTube on order blocks if you want to go check them out and learn a little bit more, but that's the basics of it. Okay, so now we're going to delete the fib, okay, because we want a little bit more of a clear picture, and we're going to go down to like the 5 minute. You can do the 1 minute if you want to, but I feel the 1 minute's a little bit too busy, and we're going to look for an area to sell. Okay, so now imagine crash coming into this area like this. Okay, now we're going to wait again for a break of structure to the downwards. Okay, so it's going up, nothing is broken. We can identify a low over here. Okay, we got the break to the downside. Now it's coming up again. Now this isn't an exact science, especially on boom and crash with these weird candles. It's very, very difficult to spot it completely, but you can see that there's a little order block there that hasn't been retested. Okay, I'm going to delete this so you can see more clearly. Okay, that order block has been retested. Okay, that one has not been retested. So you can see it moving down. Okay, that little one there, not been retested. I would probably put my sell just for safety, like at the bottom of this full one, but that 5 minute candle there has not been retested. Okay, once again, if you spot this incorrectly, let's say you spot this candle as your order block, like that one, it's not an issue. It's not going to be the end of your trade. It's actually still a very valid order block. I mean, your stop loss is still going to be above this high for safety. So you have this whole area over here for your stop loss. Okay, this isn't a big area for stop loss, especially on these type of pairs. Okay, let me just put that on there. And then, I mean, that is such a small stop loss. That's why I want you guys to go to the smaller time frames to identify that type of nice sniper entry. Okay, so that's an example for Crash 1000. Let's quickly look at the future. Obviously, you can even see more trades being hit successfully. I'm not even going to go into too much detail with them. So you can see went down, broke again. There's an order block, retested, fell. Went again, made a little double top there, fell again. So it's just nice. So let's quickly look at an example for future predictions. So there's a low that's been broken over here. Okay, so it's going down over here. So now we're going to fib it like we with all our rules. We are still obviously in a sell trend. We have a break of structure. We have our fib ready. So we're looking for an order block in that area. And we have found it with that green candle over there. Okay, so my prediction would be that Crash will go in there. You go to your 5 minutes in that area. Wait for that type of sell indication like we did just now, and it will go and sell until there. So that is my prediction for Crash 1000. Okay, perfect. I hope you guys understand that. That's a very, very nice example of what can come. That order block's already been retested. This is the perfect one. It's still open. There's even like a fair value gap over there as well, indicating it needs to go fill that up with some volume. Okay, fair value gap, order block, perfect trade. Okay, let's go to Boom 1000. Just quickly look at, I've already indicated some highs just to save some time in this YouTube video. So guys, we see a break of a high over here. Okay, now very important, if you fib this and it never came back to this, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. You forget about it. You move on to the next one. It's always nice to just keep an eye out that it might come back here one day to fill this gap. It's like if it goes bearish, you probably know it's going to go and fill that gap one day. But at the moment, we're still bullish. So when it doesn't retest in that area, it's really just still fine. It's fine. It happens. Not a lot, but it happens. And there's a little order block. It probably retested. But it's fine. Don't think like, oh no, it's not working or whatever. It's really still fine. So now we forget about this one and move on to the next high. So you can see it broke this high again over here. A very nice little small one here. You fib it from the low to the high of that movement. You look between the 50 and the 78 over here for that order block. You can see this whole red area would be your order block, because consecutive candles can also be an order block like that. So we're basically going to wait for it to touch into this area and go to the lower time frames to see what it did. Okay, 90% of the time there will be a nice entry on the 5 minute over there. But let's save some time. I'm just going through some examples for you to spot. Let's just delete this. Okay, so it broke that high again over there. Broke that high again over there, right? Now we're gonna fib it again from the low to the high. Now you see there's different like sizes of fibs, different sizes of moves, everything like that. I'm just gonna delete this for clarity. Okay, now you see the most recent order block was this one. Okay, yes, it moves a little bit below the 78 over there, but it's still in the 78 zone. Okay, so we're gonna move it like that, and then we're gonna wait for that 5 minute on that trade as well. So you go down to the 5 minutes and wait. Yes, once again, it can move a little bit through. That's why we go on the lower time frames to see what happens over there. Okay, so that's also a nice valid trade. Okay, now let's go on to where we are today. We can see Boom broke a nice double top high over here, indicating a strong upwards movement. So we are going to fib this like that from the low to the high. Keep an eye on it, and we're going to look for the order block between the 78 and the 50. It's going to be this little red area over here. So once again, once it comes into here, we will go to the 5 minute and wait for that extra same retest, break of structure, retest, and everything like that once it comes into here. So we're going to wait for it to come in here. Does it do a thing over here? You will enter there and take your TP until there. So that is what we will be waiting for. This is how we predict the markets. This is how we look at it. We don't sit, watch the charts all day. We just keep it open every now and then, have a look until when it reaches this area over here. Then we go down to the smaller time frames and take our entry over there. Alright, thanks guys for watching. Please remember, if you're in Cape Town, we have a Forex seminar in February that you can join. This is more for Forex trading, NASDAQ and all those type of things, not for boom and crash. But a lot of you are interested in both, which is perfect. So guys, I hope I see you there. And then keep on trading, keep on being patient, and keep on risk managing your trades. This type of trading is very, very risk adverse. It means that you're risking very little because of how tight our stop losses are on the 5 minutes and how precisely we are looking for these entry points. But cool guys, I'll check you in the next one. Like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have any questions.